Hi everyone, this is your teacher Joy. Are you now ready to ace your math exam? Why not challenge yourself by answering this 30-item test? After that, you may listen to a very comprehensive discussion. Comment down below your score. Good luck!
Number 1. If 5 less than the product of a number and 10 is 55, then what is the number? A. 3, B. 4, C. 5, D. 6. Number 2. If a number x is even, which of these must be even? A. X plus 1, B. X divided by 2, C. X plus 2, D. X minus 1. Number 3. N over 4 equals 7x. In terms of x, what is n? A. 4x, B. 2x, C. 28x, D. X over 2. Number 4. If 20,000 to 100 to 100,000 is multiplied by 10 to the 5th power and the product is subtracted from 44,444, then the result is A. 42,424, B. 24,242, C. 24,424, D. 24,244. Number 5. Lisa, Luz, and Gwen went to Robinson's to shop. Lisa spent 3 times as much as Luz and half as much as Gwen. If the 3 spent a total of 15,000, how much did Gwen spend? A. 5,000 pesos, B. 7,000 pesos, C. 9,000 pesos, D. 8,000 pesos. Number 6. If Tina divided 280 oranges into plastic boxes containing the same number of oranges, then each of the following could be the number of oranges except A. 14, B. 10, C. 25, D. 20. Number 7. Which of the following gives the highest value? A. 6/4 times 4/6, B. 6/4 plus 4/6, C. 6/4 minus 4/6, D. 6/4 divided by 4/6. Number 8. If 0.5p or 5/10 p equals 10, then 10p equals blank. A. 200, B. 800, C. 400, D. 8,000. Number 9. If 25% of a number is 10, then what is 10% of that number? A. 4, B. 5, C. 6, D. 7. Number 10. A fruit vendor buys 5 kilos of mixed fruits for 200 pesos per kilo and sells all for 1,400 pesos. What percent of the selling price of grapes is the store owner's profit? A. 20%, B. 25%, C. 40%, D. 80%. Number 11. Baski scored 50 points on his first English long test and got 65 in the next. By what percent did Baski's score improve? A. 20%, B. 25%, C. 30%, D. 35%. Number 12. Juicy's sunflower business sold 25,000 seedlings in 2019, but because of the pandemic, it was decreased to 20,000 seedlings in 2020. By what percent did the number of seedlings decrease? A. 10%, B. 20%, C. 15%, D. 12%. Number 13. The grade 2 pupils can solve 12 questions in 15 minutes. Working at the same rate, how many minutes would it take them to finish 32 questions? A. 40, B. 45, C. 35, D. 20. Number 14. If 2 jumbo pizza pies cost 900 pesos, how much much do 5 pizza pies cost at the same rate? A. 2,100 pesos. B. 2,150 pesos. C. 2,200 pesos. D. 2,250 pesos. Number 15. If 2x raised to the third power equals 512, then x equals A. 6, B. 8, C. 4, D. 5. Number 16. Minday bought 20 boxes of apples. In each box, there were 150 apples. She then put them into small bags of 15 apples each. She sold the bag for 40 pesos each. How much did she have after selling all? A. 6,000 pesos. B. 8,000 pesos. C. 10,000 pesos. D. 11,000 pesos. Number 17. Which of the following is equal to x squared, y squared? A. X minus y raised to the second power. B. X plus y raised to the second power. C. XY raised to the second power. D. XY raised to the fourth power. Number 18. What is the reciprocal of square root of 1/9? A. 1/9. B. 1/3. C. 3. D. 4. Number 19. If x represents an even number, which of the following represents an odd number? A. X times x minus 1. B. X plus 3. C. X minus 2. D. 2x. Number 20. If a triangle has an area of 45 square centimeters and a height of 9 centimeters, then what is 2 times its base? A. 7 cm. B. 8 cm. C. 20 cm. D. 15 cm. Number 21. The length of a rectangle is 12x while the width is 4x. If x equals 6 centimeters, find the perimeter of the rectangle. A. 190 centimeters. B. 192 cm. C. 202 cm. D. 200 cm. Number 22. If thrice the sum of 3 consecutive numbers is 459 and the sum of the 2 smaller numbers is 101, then what is thrice the largest number? A. 165. B. 156. C. 651. D. 516. Number 23. What is the sum of all the composite numbers between 10 and 30? A. 248. B. 268. C. 252. D. 300. Number 24. What percent of 400 is 1.5 or 1 and 5 tenths? A. 0.375. B. 0.037. C. 3.75. D. 37.5. Number 25. What is the sum of all prime numbers less than 23? A. 76. B. 72. C. 77. D. 75. Number 26. Which of the following is equal to 6.12 kilograms? A. 6,120 grams. B. 61,200 grams. C. 6.120 grams. D. 61.20 grams. Number 27. What is 25% of 10% of 142? A. 0.355 or 355 thousandths. B. 35 and 5 tenths. C. 355. D. 3 and 55 hundredths. Number 28. If a number x is odd, which of the following must be odd? A. X plus 1. B. X plus 2. C. X minus 1. D. X minus 4. What is 560 more than 1/4 of 560? A. 700, B. 800, C. 600, D. 900. And number 30, all of the following are equal to 5.65 kilometers except A. 56.5 hm, B. 5,650 m, C. 565 cm, D. 565 dkm. Number 1. If 5 less than the product of a number and 10, let's answer number 1. So, Taglish tayo ngayon para mas lalo nating maintindihan. If 5 less than the product of a number and 10 is 55, then what is the number? Remember that a number can be represented by any letter of the alphabet. So, pwede mong gamitin ang A, B, C, D. But most of the time, the most commonly used are X, Y, at N. This time, we are going to use X to represent the number. So, let 10x be the product of a number and 10. Then sabi dito, 5 less than. So pag ganito, ang 5 ay magiging subtrahend or the number that you're going to subtract from a number. Kaya magiging 10x minus 5 then equals 55. Now, how are we going to solve this one? We are going to transpose or move the number to the other side to isolate x. So, si negative 5, lalagay natin, move natin sa kabila. Because negative 5 is a negative number, pag nasa kabila na siya, magiging positive na siya. So, 10x equals 55 plus 5 is 60. Okay? So, 10x equals 60. Now, based on the rule or law of equation, what you're going to do at one side should also be done on the other side. So, to isolate x here, ito yung goal natin. Dapat ang matira dito ay si x. So, dapat we're going to divide 10 to both of the sides. This is to cancel out. So, 60 divided by 10 is 6. Therefore, x is 6. Number 2, if a number x is even, which of these must be even? What is an even number again? So, pag sinabi nating even number, the number is divisible by 2. So, we have the single digits 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 to be even numbers. And for those that have more than one digit, the ending should be 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Now, to solve the problem, let us see the difference between two even numbers, two consecutive even numbers. So, what is it? 2 minus 0 is 2, 4 minus 2 is 2, 6 minus 4 is 2. Therefore, if we are going to add 2 to an even number, the result will be another even number. So let's try. 4 plus 2, 6. And 6 is an even number. Another 10 plus 2 equals 12. And 12 is an even number. Now, you may ask, Ma'am, I think letter B is also possible. Okay, let's see. X divided by 2. Example, ma'am, 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 4 is an even number. Well, that is an exemption. So, if we are going to try another even number, 10 divided by 2, the result will not be an even number. It's an odd number. Therefore, not all that you're going to divide by 2, not all even numbers that we're going to divide by 2 will result to an even number. Okay, so the answer should be letter C. Okay, so let's have number 3. N over 4 is equivalent to 7x. Okay, so let's try number 3. N over 4 is equal to 7x. In terms of x, what is n? So in here, we are going to do the opposite operation. So dahil n over 4 ay division, we expect that we'll do multiplication. Okay. Main goal again, dapat matira si n. So how are we going to do that? We have to multiply yung denominator to both sides. Then, cancel out natin to. Okay. And then 7x times 4 is 28x. So this should be the answer. N is equivalent to 28x. Okay, number 4. If 20,202 hundred thousands is multiplied by 10 to the 5th power, and the product is subtracted from 44,444, then the result is blank. If we multiply a number by a base 10, this is an example of a base 10. Ito yung shortcut nito. First, we have to consider the exponent. So, ang exponent natin dito ay 5. This will identify the number of movements. So, dahil 5 siya, we are just going to move 5 places from the decimal point to the right. So, let's move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. At dahil the decimal point is located already at the end of the number, so it's no need for you to put the decimal point. Yan. Now, we are not still done. We have to subtract this number from 44,444. Okay, so 44,444 minus 20,202. Okay, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2. So, the answer is 24,242. Lisa, Luz, and Gwen went to Robinson's to shop. Lisa spent 3 times as much as Luz and half as much as Gwen. If the 3 spent a total of 15,000 pesos, how much did Gwen spend? So, eto medyo mahirap, medyo tricky ang problem. However, if we do the correct representation, then it would be easy. So, let's start with this statement. Because it has a given number, so dito tayo magbabase. So, Lisa spent 3 times as much as Luz. Let us have Luz to represent X, kasi siya lang ang walang description dito. Okay, let's have X to represent Luz, I should say. At dahil 3 times as much as Luz si Lisa, dapat 3X siya. Okay, how about Gwen? Sabi dito, Lisa is half as much as Gwen. So, dahil half as much as Gwen, meaning, we are going to multiply by 2. Okay? And 3x times 2, ito na si Gwen. So, Luz x, Lisa 3x, and Gwen 6x. So, we need to add now the 3 numbers, x plus 3x plus 6x equals 15,000. Now, let us combine the like terms, x, lahat like terms sila. So, this is just like 1x. So, 1 plus 3 plus 6 is 10x equals 15,000. Okay, so let us apply again the rule of the law of equations. So, what you're going to do at one side should also be done at the other side. Okay. Para matira si x, we have to divide 10 to both sides. Cancel out natin yan. Okay. So, shortcut. Kung ilan yung zeros sa i-divide, yan din yung aalisin. So, 15,000 divided by 10 is 1,500. Now that we have already solved the value of x, we can now answer the question. How much did Gwen spend? And 6x represents Gwen. So we are just going to substitute the value of x here and then multiply by 6. So 1,500 times 6 is 9,000 pesos. Therefore, Gwen spent a total of 9,000 pesos. Now let us check if our answer is correct. So we have solved the value of x to be 1,500 pesos, and this is now the representation of Luz. How about Lisa? Okay, let's just substitute the value of x and then multiply by 3. So 1,500 times 3 equals 4,500. Next, how about Gwen? 6x. So again, substitute. 1,500 times 6 is 9,000. Okay, so let's add 1,500, 4,500, and 9,000 if we will get 15,000 pesos. 1,500 plus 4,500 plus 9,000 is equivalent to 15,000. Therefore, our answer is correct. Number 6. If Tina divided 280 oranges into plastic boxes containing the same number of oranges, then each of the following could be the number of oranges except. Okay, so the secret here is to check if 280 is divisible by each of the options. We can do mental math here. Let's try option A. 14. 14 is a factor of 280. Pag inalis natin yung 0, 28 divided by 14, we will get 2. So 280 divided by 14 is 20. Therefore, possible siya. We go to option B, 10. Okay. So rule, divisibility rule. All numbers ending in 0 are divisible by 10. Kaya, check na naman tong si 10. Let's go to option C, 25. Okay, pwede kaya to? If we're going to divide 280 by 25, we are going to have a remainder. Kasi, just imagine 25 cents para mas madali. So, 4 na 25, 100 cents yan. 8 na 25, 200 cents yan. Makakabuo pa tayo ng 280 pag magdadagdag tayo ng 25? No. Ang pinakamalapit lang ay 275. So, we have now an answer, which is 25. Number 7. Which of the following gives the highest value? Before we do all of the operations, let me tell you this one. Take note. If we do all of the operations with the same fractions, the quotient will give you the highest value. Let's prove it. Let's try letter A. 6/4 times 4/6 is, okay, so cancel. This becomes 1. 6/6. They become also 1. So, we have a whole number. We go to letter B. 6/4 plus 4/6. What's the LCD? So, we have 12. 12 divided by 4, 3 times 6 is 18 plus 12 divided by 6, 2 times 4, 8 equals 26, 12. Simplifying it, it will be 2 and 1, 6. Next, how about letter C? 6/4 minus 4/6. Same LCD, 12. 12 divided by 4, 3 times 6 is 18. Minus 12 divided by 6, 2 times 4 is 8. Equals 10, 12 or 5, 6. So, hindi siya whole number. It's just a proper fraction. And letter D, 6/4 divided by 4/6. Let's just do the shortcut. Cross multiplication tayo. 6 times 6, 36. 4 times 4, 16. Or if you're going to simplify it, it will be 2 and 1/4. Now, let us compare 1/4 versus 2 and 1/6 versus 5/6 versus 2 and 1/4. Which is the highest? So, automatic, si 5/6 ang pinakamaliit kasi siya ang proper fraction. Wala rin siyang whole number. Next to it is 1. So, eliminate 1. Ang maglalaban na lang si 2 and 1/6 and 2 and 1/4. If you observe, they have the same whole number. Kaya ang maglalaban lang ay yung proper fraction sila. So, 1/6 versus 1/4. Let us do cross multiplication so that we'll know which is larger. 4 times 1 is 4. 6 times 1 is 6. Therefore, 1/4 is larger. So, 2 and 1/4, which is the quotient, 6/4 divided by 4/6, is the largest. So, the answer is letter D. Number 8. If 0.5 or 5/10 P is equivalent to 10, then 10P is equal to blank. So, this is now direct proportion, meaning if there is an increase in one quantity, there is a corresponding increase in the other quantity and vice versa. So, in a proportion, the product of the means should be equal to the product of the extremes. So, ganito. Yan. Is to 10 equals 10 is to blank. So, this is what we call as means. And the other pair now is called the extremes. So, to get the missing number, we have to multiply the complete one. So, ano ang kompleto dito? Itong si means, di ba? So, 10 times 10 is 100. Now, we're going to divide by the remaining number, which is 0.5 or 5/10. So, 100 divided by 5/10. Yan. Remove 1. Remove another 1. Okay, 10 divided by 5 is 2. And 0 and 0. So, the answer now is 200. So, if we go back, let us check if our answer is correct. So, if we're going to multiply 10 and 10, that will give you 100. If we're going to multiply 200 and 5/10, that will also give you 100. So, the answer now is letter A. Number 9, if 25% of a number is 10, then what is 10% of that number? Do you remember base rate and percentage? So first, let us identify the parts of the equation. P, percentage, R, the rate, V, the base. So what's missing? Okay. 25% is now the rate, because the rate should have the percent sign, but sometimes it's a decimal number or a fraction, but most of the time percent siya. So rate natin 25%. Okay, immediate na natin i-change sa decimal number. So we have just moved 2 decimal places to the left para maging decimal siya. Okay, next, we also determine the base. Ano ang clue ninyo sa base? So, the word of is your clue for the base. If 25% of a number, meaning there is no number after the word of, so the missing is base. Automatic, si percentage, yung 10. Okay, so how are you going to solve for the base? The base is equivalent to percentage divided by the rate. So, 10 is a percentage divided by, yan, medyo long cut muna tayo ngayon para mas comprehensive. So, if there's a decimal point outside or in the divisor, there's always a movement. So, let's move until the last. Okay? So, kung ilan yung movement niya dito, ganun din ang i-move natin dito sa dividend. So, dalawa. Okay. 100 divided by 25 is 4. So, 40 now is the base. So, we are not still done here. So, sabi dito, 10% of that number. So, rate again is 10%. I-automatic na lang natin. Gawin nating decimal siya. Okay? And then the base, yung na-compute natin, is 40. So, this time, what's missing is the percentage. Okay, so how do we compute for the percentage? Percentage is equivalent to base times the rate. So, the base here is 40 times 10% or 10 hundredths. Okay, so let's do the shortcut. So, we multiply by hundreds. There is 1 0 here. That is the number of decimal movement to the left. So, parang nandito yung decimal niya. Yan. Okay, so the answer now is 4. Next, number 10. A fruit vendor buys 5 kilos of mixed fruits for 200 pesos per kilo and sells all for 1,400 pesos. So, what percent of the selling price of grapes is the store owner's profit? So, in here, the rate of increase is what the problem needs. So, there's a formula. So, we have final minus initial divided by the initial times 100. Okay. So, step 1. We need to solve how much did the vendor pay for the fruits. Dapat nating malaman yun. Step 1. So, magkano? Sa 5 kilos times 200 pesos. So, ang binayad niya is 1,000 pesos. This is now the initial amount. And of course, the final amount is 1,400. So, following the formula, 1,400 minus 1,000. Okay, this is the final. This is the initial. Divided by what? The initial, which is 1,000. So, 400 divided by 1,000, okay, is 4 tenths or 0.4. Okay, so let's multiply by 100. Let's just do the shortcut. If we're going to change the decimal to percent, we're just going to move 2 decimal places to the right from the decimal point. So from here, and then add 0 for the missing digit. Therefore, our answer is 40%. This is now the increase or the profit. Number 11, Baski scored 50 points on his first English long test and got 65 in the next. By what percent did Baski's score improve? So this is another problem which asks for the rate of increase. So Baski's initial score is 50 and his final score is 65. Okay, so let's follow again the formula. Final minus initial divided by initial. Okay, so 65 minus 50 is 15 divided by 50. So if we're going to solve this one, we will get 3 tenths. Okay, so let's do the shortcut again. If we're going to change that to percent, just move 2 decimal places to the right. 1 and then the missing digit. Therefore, the rate of increase is 30%. Number 12. Juicy's sunflower business sold 25,000 seedlings in 2019, but because of the pandemic, it was decreased to 20,000 seedlings in 2020. By what percent did the number of seedlings decrease? So this time, we are looking for the rate of decrease. So we have another formula. To get the rate of decrease, we have to subtract final minus initial. This time, we are going to divide by the final. Okay, so nakita nyo yung difference ng formula. If rate of increase, divide by initial. Pag rate of decrease, divide the difference by the final. So, 25,000 minus 20,000, okay, divided by 25,000. So, this is 5,000 over 25,000. If you do the math, you will get 2/10. And then multiplying it by 100. Let's just do the shortcut again. Just move 2 decimal places to the right. 1, 2. So, the rate of decrease is 20%. Number 13, the grade 2 pupils can solve 12 questions in 15 minutes. Working at the same rate, how many minutes would it take them to finish 32 questions? So this is again direct proportion like the previous problem. So 12 is to 15, okay, is equal to 32 is to blank. Okay, notice pag dito A, dito B, A na naman dito, and this is B. So, anong ibig kong sabihin? Like, 12 questions, minutes. Questions, minutes. So, ganun ang postura dapat. So, what's complete here? The means. So, we have to multiply 15 by 32. So, we will get 480. And then, what is the remaining number? 12 siya. So, we have to divide 480 divided by 12. We will get 40. Okay. Let's check. 15 times 32 is 480. 12 times 40 is 480. So, the answer is letter A, 40. Number 14. If 2 jumbo pizza pies cost 900 pesos, how much do 5 pizza pies cost at the same rate? Okay, same as number 13. So, we have 2 jumbo pizzas for 900 pesos equals 5 is to blank. Palaging means yung complete. So, let us now multiply the means kasi siya yung kompleto. 900 times 5 is 4,500. Then, what's the remaining? Divided by 2. This will be 2,250 pesos. So, the answer is letter D. Number 15, if 2x raised to the third power equals 512, then x equals blank. So, in this problem, as you can observe, perfect cube ang mga to. Okay? So, all we need to do is to find the cube root of each side to isolate again x. So, dahil perfect cube yung 2x raised to the third power, alisin na lang natin yung 3 dyan, yung exponent. And then, let's look for the cube root of 512, which is 8. Again, law of equation. What you do to one side should also be done to the other side. So, let's cancel out. X equals 8 divided by 2 is 4. So, the answer is letter C. Number 16, Minday bought 20 boxes of apples. In each box, there were 150 apples. She then put them into small bags of 15 apples each. She sold the bag for 40 pesos each. How much did she have after selling all? So, what do we do first here? Step 1, we have to find out how many apples are there in all. So, there are 20 boxes times 150 apples. So, we will get 3,000 apples in total. We go to step 2. Now that we know that we have 3,000 apples, she has to put 15 apples down to each bag. What are we going to do? We have to divide now. Okay, division now. So, 3,000 divided by 15 is 200. Still, we are not done. We have to answer what is asked, which is, how much did she have sold? So, let us multiply now 200 bags times how much bag? each bag, I should say, 40 pesos. So, how much? It will give you 8,000 pesos. So, the answer is letter B. Number 17, which of the following is equal to x squared, y squared? This is just simply following the rules of exponents. This is now an example of a power of a product of factors. So it raised each factor to the same power. So the power is 2, and the variable should be multiplied. So what should it be? X, y raised to the second power. Number 18, what is the reciprocal of square root of 1/9? So, getting the reciprocal is just like turning the number upside down. Example, 3/4. So, the reciprocal of 3/4 is 4/3. So, in that case, 1/9 is 9 over 1, or simply 9. Okay? Now, what's the square root of 9? Square root of 9 is 3. So the answer is letter C. Number 19. If x represents an even number, which of the following represents an odd number? So for the sake of review, an odd number ends in 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. In the previous item, we added 2 to an even number to get another even number. So in here, let us try the options. Let's just do trial and error this time. So if we try 2, example 2. 2 minus 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1 multiplied by 2, 2. So probably this is not the correct answer. How about letter B? X plus 3. Let's try an even number. Added to 3, we have 7, which is an odd number. 6 plus 3 equals 9, another odd number. So, the answer here is letter B. Sometimes trial and error is very effective. In mathematics, we have a lot of ways. You may do the long cut, we may do the shortcut. Just to test if the other options cannot be the answer, let's try x minus 2. So let's think of an even number. Let's try 8. 8 minus 2 equals 6, and 6 is not an odd number. So this cannot be the answer. For 2x, if you're going to multiply an even number, we will get another even number. Therefore, we are correct when we say that the answer is letter B. Number 20. If a triangle has an area of 45 square centimeters and a height of 9 centimeters, then what is 2 times its base? So, ano ulit ang formula? This is a review of the formula to get the area of a triangle. So, to get the area of a triangle, we have to multiply base and its height divided by 2, or we can say 1/2 base times height. Both are correct. So, ang gagawin lang natin is to substitute the values. Let B the base. So, 9B divided by 2 equals 45. Okay? So, how do we isolate B, or the variable B? This time, to eliminate 2 here, we have to multiply 2 to each of the sides para makancel out natin yan. So we have 9b equals 45 times 2 is 90. Okay. So gaya ng ating ginawa kanina, to isolate b, we have to divide its partner. 90 divided by 9 is 10. Therefore, 2 times the base is 20. Number 21. The length of a rectangle is 12x, while the width is 4x. If x equals 6 centimeters, find the perimeter of the rectangle. So first, let's recall the formula to get the perimeter of the rectangle. Let us add length and width multiplied by 2. So how do we solve for the length and width? We just have to substitute the value of the variables. So this is the length, 12x. 12 times 6 is 72. Therefore, the length is 72 centimeters. How about the width? The width is represented by 4x. So substituting the value of x, we have 4 times 6. 24 centimeters is now the width. Now going back to the formula, we have to add the length and the width. So the length is 72 and the width is 24. So 72 plus 24, we have 96. Multiplied by 2, we have 192 centimeters. Therefore, the perimeter of the rectangle is letter B, 192. Number 22. If thrice the sum of 3 consecutive numbers is 459 and the sum of the two smaller numbers is 101, then what is thrice the largest number? This is tricky. So let us now do some representations. So 3 consecutive numbers can be represented by x plus 1, and x plus 2. Pag sinabi natin consecutive, magkakasunod. So let us now do an equation. X plus 1 plus x plus 2. Okay, sorry for the noise. Yan. Thrice, kaya times 3. And then 459. So joining the like terms, x, it's just like 1x plus 1x plus 1x. So we have 3x plus 3 equals 459. So let us apply distributive property. 3 times 3x is 9x plus 3 times 3 is 9 equals 459. Okay, so we need to isolate again x. We have to transpose 9 or move to the other side. 9x equals, at dahil positive si 9, pag nandito na sa kabila, magiging negative na siya. So 9x equals 450. Law of equations. What you do to this side should be done to the other side. Cancel out. So 450 divided by 9, x is equivalent to 50. So nakuha na natin yung value ng x. So pag sa x plus 1, 50 plus 1 is 51. X plus 2 is 52. Okay. But this is not what the problem is asking for. It is asking for the largest number to be multiplied by 3. So sabi, thrice the largest number. So, what's the largest number here? The largest number is 52. Therefore, we have to multiply 52 by 3. We will get 156. So, the answer is letter B. Now, let's check if our answer is correct. So, sabi niya dito, dapat daw the sum of the two smaller numbers is 101. So, ang dalawang smaller numbers ay 50 at 51. So, 50 plus 51 is 101. And then, thrice the sum of the three consecutive numbers, let's add 50 plus 51 plus 52, 3, 153. Thrice of 153 is, we get now 459. Therefore, our answer is correct. Number 23. What is the sum of all the composite numbers between 10 and 30? So, what are composite numbers again? So these are numbers with more than 2 factors. Pag sinabi nating factors, these are the numbers that we multiply to get a product. So example, yung number 12. So what are the factors? So we have 4 and 3. Because if we're going to multiply 4 and 3, we will get 12. What else? We have 6 and 2. What else? We have also 12 and 1. So we have more than 2 factors. Therefore, 12 is what we call as a composite number. Going back to the question, sabi niya, what's the sum of all the composite numbers between 10 and 30? Does it mean that you're going to include 10 and 30? No, between. Nasa gitna siya. So, let us identify now the composite numbers between 10 and 30. So, we have 12, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, and of course 28. Do not be confused. Composite number is different from an even number. Sometimes dun nagkakamali yung mga bata na pag composite, lahat ng composite ay even. Well, most of the even numbers are really composite numbers. Pero may mga odd numbers din na composite. So if we're going to add all, you will get a sum of 268. So the answer is letter B. Number 24, what percent of 400 is 1.5? So you remember percentage, base, and rate. Okay, your clue for rate, yung meron siyang percent. So dahil walang percent dyan, meaning the rate is missing. And the clue for base is the word of. So after the word of is 400. And yung natira na lang ay 1.5. So meaning there's a percentage. So how do we get the rate? So rate, my apologies for the noise. Rate is percentage divided by the base. So we have to divide 1.5 or 1 and 5 tenths divided by 400. So if you're going to solve this one, you will get 375 thousandths. And because it asked for the rate, so let us just move 2 decimal places to the right. 1, 2. So 375 thousandths percent. So that is now the answer. Number 25. What is the sum of all prime numbers less than 23? So what is a prime number? So a prime number has only 2 factors, unlike the composite number. Example, 7. There are only 2 factors for 7. 1 in itself. We have also 3. 1 in itself. Okay? 2, which is the smallest prime number. We have 2 and 1. So these are examples of prime numbers. Now, let us list down all of the prime numbers below 23. So, we start with 2. Bakit ma'am yung 1? Lower than 23 naman. Okay, remember, 1 is neither prime or composite. So, except na yan. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. Shall we include 23? No, kasi less than. Dapat. So, adding all of these, we will get a sum of 77. So, the answer is letter C. Number 26. Which of the following is equal to 6.12 kilograms? So, you remember that if you're going to change kilograms to grams, you're just going to multiply by 1,000. Or, shortcut, just move 3 decimal places to the right because we have 3 zeros here. So, from the decimal point, which is here, 1, 2, and the missing digit, therefore, 6.12 kilograms is equivalent to 6,120 grams. So the answer is letter A. Number 27. What is 25% of 10% of 142? It's another similar problem. Let's start to identify the parts. This time is somewhat confusing because two of them have a percent sign. However, the only one is the rate. How do we determine that? Remember the clue of the word of? Diba after the word of, that's the base. So automatically, 10% becomes the base. Gawin natin decimal 10 hundredths. Therefore, the rate here is 25% or 25 hundredths. So let's find the percentage. Just multiply base and rate to get the percentage. So 25 hundredths times 10 hundredths, we will get 25 thousandths. So continuing the problem, we now have 0.25 or 25 thousandths of 142. Again, of again is the base. After the word of is the base. This is now the rate. What's missing? Yes, percentage. So let us now multiply the base by the rate. So 142 times 25 thousandths will give you 3 and 55 hundredths. In my next vlogs, I'm going to show you in details on the different steps on how to multiply decimal numbers, fractions, and the like. So, abagan. Number 28. If a number x is odd, which of the following must be odd? Just like in two even numbers, the difference between two consecutive odd numbers is also 2. Therefore, if we are going to add 2 to an odd number, example 7, we will get another odd number. Therefore, what's the correct answer there? It should be x plus 2. Number 29. What is 560 more than 1/4 of 560? So more than means we're going to add 560 more than 1/4 of 560. For us to know what to add, we have to solve first 1/4 of 560. Okay, so it's just like getting the percentage again. 1/4 of 560 is 1/4 times 560. So if we're going to cancel 4 divided by 4, 560 divided by 4 is 140. Therefore, we are going to add 140 to 560. So adding them, we have 700. So the answer there is letter A, 700. Number 30, and the last one. All of the following are equal to 5.65 kilometers except. Okay, so this time I'm going to show you a guide for you not to compute anymore. This is shortcut. So let's try option letter A. Is 5.65 kilometers equal to 56.5 hectometer? Let's see. So starting from kilometer, you have to move to hectometer. So as you can see here, it moved one place to the right. Therefore, that will also be the movement from the decimal point. We have to move also the decimal point one place to the right. Therefore, 5.65 kilometers is equivalent to 56.5 hectometer, and letter A is then correct. How about letter B? Is 5.65 kilometers equal to 5,650 meters? So let's try. Okay, so from kilo, 1, 2, 3. 3 decimal places to the right. 1, 2, 3. Therefore, 5.65 kilometers is equivalent to 5,650 meters. Letter B is also correct. How about letter C? Is 5.65 kilometers equal to 565 centimeters? So from kilo to centi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, 5.65 kilometers is equivalent to 565,000 centimeters, which makes it letter C incorrect. Therefore, our answer is letter C, 565 centimeters. I know you are now ready to ace the examination, so good luck to everyone. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe and hit the bell button for more updates. Keep safe!